The Chiefs offense, led by OC Eric Bieniemy and Patrick Mahomes, has been one of the best offenses in the NFL every single year. This is mostly due to the talent they have on the offense, which allows the OC to take full advantage of their playbook. Their O-line play is solid, they absolutely get the job done, but to me, their skills are where they stand out the most, and mostly when it comes to speed. So today, I want to show you how they actually use all of that speed to their advantage. Let's jump in. Alrighty guys, before we get into the video, I just want to welcome you to the American Football Academy YouTube channel. My name is Justin. I am here to give you an offensive coordinator's perspective on all the things that we're going to see every Saturday and Sunday in a college game, NFL game. So when you're sitting at home and you're watching the game with your boys, you're able to actually explain to them exactly what you're seeing on the TV. And you know what? They're not really going to care anyways, but we do, which is why we're here. So let's jump into the diagrams first and then get into some videos. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip here on how you can actually watch film better and take more from the game rather than just watching the way that everybody else watches without really learning anything. So let's get after it. All right, guys, so the first thing we have here is a deep hank concept. So what is hank? Hank is going to be curls here, so we're going to have some type of curl route here, but they're going to push these instead of 14 yards, they're going to push these all the way up to 20 yards. Now, why is this so different, and what makes this so unique here is that this concept here, the start of it, if you sprint here 20 yards, it looks like a concept we've already discussed a ton on this channel, which is the Yankee concept, okay? If you didn't guess that, you haven't watched all my other videos here. This is a common one in the NFL, but this is generally a one high safety beater, and these guys get out of here and they put the safety in a bind, they attack vertical, and they work across the field. So when we stem so vertical and we're sprinting full speed for 20 yards before we cut this off and break it down, the threat of them getting beat deep gets these guys to really sprint out of here. Okay, so this is what's so awesome about this concept from the Chiefs' perspective, is that they just put burners here, and they have a ton of guys who are absolute blazers, and they can just take off downfield, put these guys in a bind, and get them to bail out of here. Then we snap it off, and it's going to be, of course, way too deep for all of the underneath coverage to really get there. Okay, and you also have Kelsey here in the middle who's occupying these backers with the play action as well, and a guy getting into the flat. Generally, these flat defenders are working out here, and then with the play action here, they're not going to get deep enough, plus they're occupied with Kelsey in the middle. So you're really putting these corners on an island with this concept, and it's just so difficult to stop. Now, other teams cannot do this as much because they don't have that huge threat of being able to win this consistently. Now, the Chiefs have that, and that's what makes this so impressive and kind of unique a little bit to them. Now, before we get into the actual video, I want to break down what we're doing up front. So they've got a big on big protection here, okay? Big on big, basically, if you get a four-man front, 1, 2, 3, 4, then essentially what you say is we block 4, because we've got 5 O-linemen. We're going to block 4 plus the Mike. So whoever they identify as the Mike, in this case, probably this guy, but they could identify him as the Mike, but they're always going to block 4 down plus the Mike. So that would be right in here. So we can handle that. And if we get any edge pressure, that's why we have these guys who can check, and he's going to chip to slow this defensive end down because this is a deeper concept. So we can check before we release into the flats, and then he can also check here before he releases into the flats. All right, so here's our first clip right here. We're going to have Kelsey run this deep middle. We've got our 20-yard curls, essentially, deep curls here, okay? And then let's take a look at what happens, how this really plays out. So as we can see, we get here and we stop, but we've got our 2 flat defenders. They end up jumping down. We've got our 2 backers in the middle who are a little bit occupied with Kelsey. And then here are going to be our 2 deeper curls that we can hit. Right, now this is early in the game. Mahomes is feeling a little bit of pressure here, so he takes a nice little check down, and this is really where the speed comes into play. Because if you watch this, not too many teams have the ability to just guarantee themselves big chunks of yardage, okay? He could have easily taken this one if he had a little bit more patience. He actually could have fired this one in here if he wanted to, but this is a safe bet to take this flat route. And Pacheco, this dude is freaking speedy. Okay, he's going to win. He's going to make the first guy miss all the time. All right, and we're going to easily pick up a good 10 yards. Now, you can only do this, okay? You can only really run this concept with this deep curl like this if these corners are threatened. All right, watch how much these guys bail. Anything you want. Anything you want. If you want to break out, okay, it's going to be there. You want to run a comeback, it's going to be there. These guys are getting out of there. They're sprinting and getting out of there, okay? So all of these things underneath are going to be there, right? And if they decide that they want to play a little bit more aggressive, then they have the ability to just take a deep shot and kind of torch you with it, okay? But this check down also goes to show you how impressive this speed really is, okay? Because you have the ability to take this. He's not getting touched here, okay? Not getting touched at all. Getting him the ball with 10 yards of space, great. Let's go make a miss, and let's get a first down. Easy, easy play. All right, now the second one that we got here is going to be Wasp. Now this play became famous in the Super Bowl when they were down 20-10, and Mahomes said, hey, do we have enough time for Wasp? That's the concept right here, okay? So how they end up doing this, we're going to get a full slide here, full slide, okay? And our fullback here, or our Y, however you want to call this is Kelsey in this situation. They have another tight end here. So it's a full slide, and then this running back is going to come here, and he is going to be essentially an extra body. So everybody has a gap. So we got C gap, we got B, A, minus A, because we're sliding here. He's got B, he's got, this is a minus C, and then he's going to be just extra, okay? And you'll see that he just picks a guy up whenever he shows. And then we have our running back who's going to fake the handoff. He can chip, and then he's going to release out into the flats, okay? Now here, we've got a deep curl, 10 to 12 yards. We're breaking at 12 here, coming back to 10. And then this looks like a straight, we're going attacking this safety here. Again, nice one high safety look. We attack the safety, boom, we break up, and then we run this corner route here, and we get essentially the corner to bite, and then we're not going to be able, doesn't even matter if it's really a one high or a two high safety look. It's going to be quite difficult for the safety. Once he has to maintain his leverage either way. So once he scoots in, boom, now we hit this, and now we have a ton of space in here. We're aiming for 22 to 26 yards with this. And the progression really is just going to be here, this curl to this deep corner route down to the check down here in the flats. All right, here's our second one. This is the Wasp concept. So we're going to hit this deep vertical, boom, and then he's breaking out for this corner. We got the one high safety look. He's got the deep post curl here. All right, and then we're going to have everybody's really sliding in this direction, taking their gap over. Kelsey's going to come here and just be extra. He's going to work over, get the chip, and then release into the flat. So QB's perspective, we're going 1 to 2 to 3. Very, very simple read. You don't even have to worry about the other side of the field. You can just keep your eyes over here. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this works out. Now watch this route right here. Okay, this is the one that I want to look at. He is sprinting inside. So right now he has the ability to win over here. And this is why this is so threatening, because he knows, and he's got to get on his horse here and fly over there. And then he makes that really nice cut. Okay, this is a great catch, right? This is a great catch, but he's got to turn on the jets. 21 this corner, and then we just burst out right behind him. Okay, nice little speed drop cut. Boom, boom. And then we're out of there. All right, this is creating a good amount of space here. Corner is going to be occupied with this curl. Watch this corner here. He stays on this curl. This is enough that it's going to allow us a lot of space here. And this is really what we're looking for from a coordinator's perspective. If we know we're getting a one high safety look, this is where we want to throw the ball, okay? This is also designed for a man coverage look here. And also take a look at these safeties. Watch this guy here. He is freaking out of here. Okay, he's 15 yards beyond anybody. He's really getting out of there, okay? That's only because of the speed. All right, you don't have the speed, things are different. And also this catch is fantastic. Let's go ahead and look at this protection here. So we motion over. Now watch Kelsey. Okay, right now he's extra. Everybody's got their gap. 65, he's going to have this guy loop in. 65 comes over and picks him up. Everybody's got him. All right, the only thing is Kelsey's going to be extra because one guy gets beat. All right, that's it. Let's jump back to that. One guy gets beat, and then Kelsey's there to help. Okay, you're going to get a nice chip from the running back here, and we can take that shot. That's a great catch as well. All right, that's a great catch. You also have a little bit of a moving pocket here, which I do like. A little bit of a side run here, and then just a good ball. Great freaking catch here by the receiver. All right, guys, so hopefully you have a better understanding of how the Chiefs use all that speed that they have and why that makes them so difficult to stop. And now one little note for you guys, as you're watching film, if you want to really learn more about football while you're doing this, you cannot do what everybody else does. They just sit there and watch the ball. You cannot watch the ball. You have to zoom out and look at the middle of the defense and kind of have a zoomed out view so you can see the concept, you can see the coverage and everything else. If you're just focused on the quarterback watching the ball, this is what everybody does. They watch the ball. If you're doing that, you really can't see too much of what's going on. And a little bit of a warning with this, it's really difficult to do this on the actual broadcast for college and NFL games, which is why I use the all 22 angle like you saw in this video. So I would definitely use that if you're trying to study. Just understand the purpose. Why are you watching the game? Because you want to enjoy it, you want to have some fun, or if you want to study it, different ways that you can approach that. All right, so that's all I've got for you guys today. But before you get out of here, click on one of these two videos here. I can't see them, as you probably could guess, but I'm pretty sure you guys can. See ya.